This is the beginning of function transformations, so it's part 1 of 2. We're going to discuss vertical shifts, horizontal shifts, and reflections. In an earlier video, we talked about the toolbox functions. Sometimes these are called parent functions or original functions. Just as a refresher, I'm going to draw all 8 of these toolbox functions. So here we have the 8 toolbox functions. The first one is just y equals x. The second one is y equals x squared. And the third is x cubed. The last one on the top here is the reciprocal function 1 over x. On the bottom, we have the absolute value of x, the square root of x, the cube root of x, and then another reciprocal function 1 over x squared. So we'll have those there just for reference here at the beginning. And what we want to talk about is shifting these graphs up or down or right or left. And so we'll first talk about vertical transformations. So vertical transformations are up and down. And if we have a positive value b, if we add b to the function, f of x plus b, we're going to shift up b units. And since b is a positive number, if we do f of x minus b, we're going to shift down b units. So here are a few examples. First, we want to identify the parent function, and then the transformation, and then graph it. So our parent function here is just the x squared. So we know it's going to have that parabolic or U shape. And I want to shift it up 6 units. So we're going to assume a standard scale here, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have this parabola that's just been shifted up 6 units. For our next example, our parent function is the cube root of x. That is this third one on the bottom row. And we want to shift it because it says minus 6 down 6. So that point at 0, 0 is now going to be at negative 6. And it's going to have this shape. So a vertical shift up or down, you're going to add or subtract to the whole function. So now let's talk about a horizontal translation or a horizontal shift. That's to the right or to the left. So if you have some function y equals f of x and some value d, which is a positive value, if we have y equals f of x minus d, we're going to shift it to the right d units. So it's kind of opposite of what you think. You might think a minus sign is going to go to the left, but it's to the right. And if we have y equals f of x plus d, we're going to shift it to the left d units. So here, we're not adding to the whole function, we're adding or subtracting from the x value. So again, on these examples, we're going to identify the parent function, what the transformation is, and then graph it. So our parent function here, hopefully you can see it, is something squared. And we've added 6, so we're going to go left 6 units and then graph our standard parabola. For this next example, we have an absolute value. We know that that absolute value is a V shape. And we have, so our parent function is the absolute value of x, which has this standard V shape. And we're going to shift it to the right 4. So right and left are kind of opposite of what you think. Now reflections. We want to be able to reflect a graph either over the x-axis or the y-axis. So when you're discussing these and describing them, you can't just say it's a reflection. You have to say it's a reflection and then give the axis. So if we have a negative sign in front of our function, then it's going to be a reflection across the x-axis. I often think of f of x equals x squared, which I know to be a parabola opening up, and then its reflection, f of x equals minus x squared, which I know to be a reflection across that x-axis opening down. So that's how I remember an x-axis, because if I just put a negative sign in front of it, then it just reflects it down. However, if I take my function and I put a minus sign in front of the x before I square it, I get the exact same thing I started with. So it's really reflecting on the y-axis, but we don't notice any difference. So if we replace our x with a minus x, then we're going to have a reflection across the y-axis. So here are some examples. Identify the parent function, identify the transformation, and then graph the transformation. So just so we can see, I'm going to put the parent function in yellow. So our parent function here is the square root of x. We know the square root of 1 is 1 and the square root of 4 is 2. So this is our basic parent function, okay? Now, if I put a minus sign in front of the function, it should reflect it on the x-axis. So I am going to draw the actual function here across the x-axis. So this graph here that I'm erasing was just the parent function, but the function that we wanted was a reflection over the line, or the x-axis here. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. Here, we replaced x with a minus x. So it's not in front of the function, it's in front of the x. So this is our parent function, same parent function that we had before. Looks like this. And we know that if we put a negative sign in front of the x, it's going to reflect it on the y-axis. And it's going to look something like this. I'm going to create another video regarding vertical and horizontal stretching and shrinking. So that concludes this video.